Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Awaken the Leader. I get a chance to spend 5 or 10 minutes with you talking about some of the most important things that a leader needs to have in their lives and do with their people. This has been a really stressful year, what with COVID-19 putting us into a shelter in place, closing down businesses, shutting down places for periods of time and then opening them up and then shutting them down. It's been a real roller coaster of a year. In addition, we add into it the most tumultuous election that I've seen in my life, with not being able to count votes, it taking longer than election night to be able to count those votes, still having some states that I think are still in question as to, are they Republican, are they Democrat, where do they fit? Good news is that we do have a new president. Joe Biden was elected. He does have over 270 electoral votes, and that's what it takes. Where it goes from here, we'll just have to see what happens in the coming months up to the inauguration itself. But we're coming up into what should be the most joyous season of the year, the holidays. We have Thanksgiving, which I think is the one holiday that gets sort of shortchanged. I find that the stores are very interesting. They have huge displays for Halloween with costumes and pumpkins and candy and everything else. And then we go almost immediately from there to Christmas. Oh, and there might be a small display over in the corner of pilgrims and turkeys and that kind of thing for Thanksgiving. And to me, Thanksgiving is probably one of the most important holidays that we have. It's a time for us to reflect on all of the things that we've done, we've had, the loves that we have in our lives, the special people, the people we've lost, the people we've gained, and to really look at how are we living our lives? Are we living our lives in gratitude, or are we just on a hamster wheel and running as fast as we can? What I wanted to talk about today was about balance and about self-care, because I can tell you, I am one of those people who probably doesn't have a whole lot of balance in their life and definitely is shortchanged in self-care. I'm the type of person who's an Energizer bunny, so I'm always on the go, always moving, always doing something. And the people around me know that if they have an open position or they need something to be done, yes, Linda. And generally, she will raise her hand and say, yes, of course I will do that. This just happened yesterday with a call that I had with a very dear friend, Lisa Fairchild, who is in Toastmasters, the Toastmasters Leadership Institute Dean. And she asked me yesterday, I know you have a lot to do, but would you mind being a facilitator in the TLI Invitational that we're hosting on November 21st? She said, I know you can say no, and I'm sure you will. And I said, Lisa, you know me better than that. Of course I will do that for you. Well, that means reviewing the workbook, putting together sort of a script of what I want to say, what I want to make sure that I impart to the participants, and to really get in touch with what we are presenting and what the outcomes are that we want out of the various pieces, parts that we're doing on the 21st. But I said yes. Now, does that say to you that I don't have any boundaries? Well, not necessarily. It's just I tend to have fluid boundaries where I feel the possibility of saying yes to those things that matter to me. And this particular piece mattered to me. It was a way for me to step in and to demonstrate my leadership and to show people who I am and what I do. So of course I said yes. And I'm delighted and honored to be able to do that. However, from a balance perspective, I'm spending probably 8 hours a day on Zoom. Zoom has become my best friend. How do I feel at the end of the day? I'm exhausted. What should I do when I go home? Well, what I should do is to take some time for self-care, to perhaps draw a really hot bath and put some bubble bath in it or some essential oils or whatever in it. Climb in and just sit and let the stress of the day just melt in that hot water. I generally read a book. I might also bring a glass of wine with me, depending upon how tired I really am, and just enjoy 15 minutes of peace and quiet and not having to worry about who's the next Zoom call, what's the next phone call, what do I need to do next, what report hasn't been done, that kind of thing. And the more you can take that time, the better you're going to be able to serve your community. When you're all stressed out and having a really busy day and going from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, you're not at your best. And your clients are not getting the best of you. They're getting what you have left to give, which, depending upon what part of the day it is, either may be a lot or it may be very little. Also, what message are you sending to the people who work with you? Because they look to you as the leader. They look to you as the example of what they should be doing, how they should be doing it, and what is expected of them. So when you don't take the time to take care of yourself, they don't take the time to take care of themselves. And that can really hurt not only them, but the projects and the people that they're working on and with. I highly encourage you as a leader, to plan in your day moments of self-care. I have a colleague, Victoria Buckman, who says, put bookends on your day. How do you start your day? Do you start your day in meditation? Do you start your day in reading a book on spirituality, self-care, self-improvement, whatever it might be? What are you reading in that time? What are you meditating on? How are you setting up your day? You'll find that your day goes a whole lot smoother when you start it with some practice around that. Then at the end of the day, before you turn out the light, how are you ending the day? Are you still in that rush, 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 rush move? Or have you had a chance to relax, to calm your mind, to truly be in balance with who you are and what you're doing? Are you meditating again in the evening? Are you doing some maybe yoga exercise? Whatever it is that it's part of your routine in the evening to really get you centered and back into yourself, and to bring back all those scattered parts of you that you've sent out to the people who need you. Bring them back, make them a part of you. And those are the kinds of things that will stand you in good stead. It will help you to maintain and to thrive in your health, in your wealth, in your mental acuity, all of those aspects. I highly encourage you to add those bumpers to your day and to really look to yourself, take care of yourself, and then take care of others. Remember what the flight attendant says on an airplane. Should we lose pressure and the oxygen masks drop down, they don't say put it on your child first or someone acting like a child. No, you always put it on yourself, because you can't help somebody if you're not 100% in yourself, that you don't have all of the capacity that you can possibly have in order to help that person sitting next to you. So until next week, I ask you to please add balance and self-care into your daily routine. Look also at where your priorities are. Is it in career? Is it in spirituality? Is it in family? Is it in finance? Is it in self-help? Where are you out of balance in those areas as well? And work to change that. Thank you so very much. Have a great week. And by the way, thank you to all the military folks who have served and are serving our country. I too served, but I thank you for still serving. With that note, I will say goodbye.